Gotta go. Girl talk.
Boom! Hard in.
Arden.
Hard in. Welcome to Gotham, everyone. Welcome to Gotham City tonight. I am Brian Doell. With me, Alex Brewer. Alex, how is your week going?
It's going good. Everything is ramping up to San Diego Comic-Con. A lot of cool, exciting stuff on the way. Ryan, congratulations on finally delivering the movie and having some well-earned time off.
Thank you. This is my second time streaming today.
and you've become Super Mario, so
just like that.
You must
That's
be feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Woohoo! That's how and it was good today too, because I got to I got to be a Wednesday warrior today for the first time in a long time. So I got some pickups before we even get rolling. But hang on, let's go to it. In case you're wondering why I'm not in my regular spot, it's because I'm set up to do the old the look down so that we can flip through things and look at stuff and have fun and all that. So we're going to kick that off right off the bat. I want to show this off. This is a little book that Craig Goldberg, Troy Benjamin, they be writing. This is it's probably the visual history from Dark Horse of the real Ghostbusters. Yeah, we're both really bad at lining up. That's fine. But regardless, this is the real Ghostbusters visual history. This book is amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely mind-blowing. I'm not really going to go through it. I don't want to give it all away because in half an hour on YHS and he's dual streaming. Let me start that again. Craig will be dual streaming. It's harder to say than it is to think it.
Dual streaming.
Yes, on
dual
YHS.
Streaming.
Dual streaming on YHS and Toy Anxiety with Troy Benjamin, and they're going to go on the history, the behind the scenes of the making of this book. So if you're going to be hanging out with us for the whole time, please watch them on the replay. If you're going to leave us partway through to go catch that, please also finish us up on the replay as well, because it's amazing, dude. My favorite episode.
Yeah, they're well represented in here. Yeah, you've got sketches of what as well. And
yep, there's lots in there.
I had never seen a lot of they have a lot of background drawings and sketches that I'd never seen. There's so much content in this book that because I've done a lot of little Googling and researching, and there's so much in this book that I've never seen anywhere online before.
Yeah.
A lot of cool, unique concept art, background art, toy art, including I want to just show this off real quick.
Oh yeah,
the icon himself.
Let's see if I can get this going here. Whoop, there we go. Oh,
this trash ghost.
I think his name is Garbage Strike.
Look at how fully formed he even in the concept stage. This is pretty much what the final figure looked exactly like.
Yeah, that's totally it, dude. It's so good. I love again, a lot about the toys, a lot about the cartoon, but again, that's mostly what real Ghostbusters was. Also, it was really sweet to see my name in there and the acknowledgments and a special thank you from Craig. So really nice. So if you don't know what I contributed to the book, then clearly you haven't watched me enough, because you'll know exactly what I contributed to the book once you get to that chapter. It's awesome, awesome stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this book has my Ghostbuster excitement fandom a fever pitch. I'm having so much fun reading this. It has I feel like every Ghostbusters fan has to own this. It is absolutely the ultimate handbook for a real Ghostbusters fan. And I also think if you're just a fan of animation, process and toy company. You get like
and merchandising and the merchandising tie-ins, like how it
you get
works.
both in one book. Like this there's a lot of it there. The stuff about the animation reminds me a lot of if you have the like X-Men, the book that Eric and Julia Lewald put out, the Art of X-Men, and like it talks about that whole era of like 80s animation. Obviously this one's talking more about like Deke and just the process of like working with Japanese studios. I can keep going. I can go. It's like it gets into the process of dealing with all the different Japanese animation studios and the sort of workflow, and it talks in depth about like all the writers who work, J. Michael Straczynski, just the synth, the genesis of the show. It's like it's all, and then there's the whole Kenner side. So yeah, I mean, it is like I'm kind of like skipping around at this point, just reading lots of cool stuff throughout it. But eventually I'll go in order. But yeah, it is. It's everything I could have hoped for it to be, and it's totally delivering. So
I think we're gonna have to go to Troy Benjamin and saying, hey, we're gonna do Batman Beyond and Superman the animated series next. If Chip Kid's not gonna continue this, maybe we should. Maybe that's what life's.
This is this is in that vein, but even more in depth. Into like there's a lot of writing in this book. Like it's not just pretty pictures. It is very in depth, really well written. So yeah, kudos to Craig and Troy. Like they just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, huge props to them. Also, I picked this up as well.
Oh, nice.
During that break, right? Speaking of these books and the art and making of X-Men 97. This book also absolutely stunning in all its glory. This one is mostly photos. There's like they kind of do like the write-ups and stuff in here. Oh crap, I left in the other room too. I did so much, Alex, in these last few days. I went to a Lenore Zahn signing at Indigo Bookstore this week as well.
Hell yeah.
And she read she was reading passages from her book at the bookstore and did like a signing, and she had like, you buy her book, you get like the book signed, and she has prints there too. And so I got like a Rogue print, right?
Nice.
All that stuff. Yeah, dude,
that's amazing.
But then I saw people bringing like this book, and I was like, I felt like there was a part of me that was like, oh, maybe I'll bring this book. But I was like, no, we're here to celebrate her book, not this book, right?
Yeah,
and I think even though she signed it for somebody, I was still kind of like I should have, but also, you know what?
Yeah, it's not like. But I mean, maybe get both books signed at least.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely. But anyways, let's say a quick howdy do to the chat. Then I'm going to get into some pickups. Then we're going to get into some Superman stuff that we've all been like. I've been ramping up big time in these last couple of weeks, especially when work was slowing down and I got to kind of like fully kind of concentrate and wax nostalgia. It's kind of funny how it's like Superman's been around since the 30s and we still get nostalgic about something that was around for our grandparents.
Yeah. Well,
and, in some cases, some people watching their great grandparents, right? Like,
oh yeah. I mean, it's a unique thing where sort of like every generation has had their Superman. Like he's never gone away.
He's never gone away. It's pretty cool. Well, let's say a quick howdy do to the chat. Dorlaxian, he's gonna catch us later, but man, sorry to hear about your favorite YouTuber. We've been there, and it sucks. Stanley Eberhard, he's also hang on. Let's do this. Let's click on these things correctly. Sorry, I'm not on my usual setup here. Stanley Eberhard is here. Chris Fresh, Video Power Gaming. Andrews, Gady's Toys. Be sure to look up his channel and go check out his stuff as well. It is awesome. Make Mine Marvel Legends. Be sure to also follow him on Instagram because he does like streams on Instagram now as well. He's got just a really cool collection on the stuff that he's getting, and it's really awesome. Rodney Winch is here. And hello. My benefactor, Mr. Matthew Bush, is here. The Ryan Doell fan club is here. Luis Ballesteros is here. Hola desde Mexico. Waiting this Friday to see Superman. Oh yeah, I gotta ask you that too. Chad Stewart is here. Mr. Johnny Cock, Jack Knight 73, Chris Bobinski, Detroit Dave, and I think Tony Johnson, Vivar Gaming, Johnny Disco, the Deadheads, Derek Hoover, He's working 6 days this week. Oh, dude. Guess what? Been there and not that long ago. Zach Kinsella is here. Be sure to also follow him on Instagram. Amazing art. Beautiful stuff. I love it. So please be sure to check out Zach Kinsella on Instagram. Please check him out. King Panther, King of Questions. He is here. Greetings, Alex and Alex the Great. Oh, Alex the Great. Oh. And Doell, all caps. I get yelled. That's how you say my name. You have to yell it. I have to say this. Did someone clone Dum Dum Dugan from the Howling Commandos? I don't know what you're talking about. Because you're his doppelganger, sir. And you're styling that Dum Dum Dugan mustache. You know what? I will take that as a compliment.
Yeah, I think, and I also, I think someone needs to bring back the derby. I think you need to rock a bowler hat.
You know what? If this mustache still looks this good at San Diego, maybe I'll just rock a bowler hat, just like my regular like graphic tees and like.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I want to see, bowler hat,
milady,
like casual. Yeah.
I'm only gonna drink out of Steins that weekend too. It'll be amazing. Andrew's Gatie's Toys. Lenore was the MP of our neighboring riding of my hometown. She's actually, she was talking about her politics like a little bit. They only dabble a little bit into her political history because she's been elected in like out east, and she was part of Trudeau's cabinet, and she kind of talked briefly a little bit about the changes that she got to implement or help drive, including a what was it called? It was like what is that called when you own land? What is that? I can't remember. Oh, racist real estate. And what that means. So like when you've got these when they start putting landfills next to like reserves and poorer neighborhoods and that kind of stuff. And she caught wind of that and she was like, not on my watch. So it's kind of like, you know, she's very much a social justice warrior, and she put not on the keyboard. You know what I mean? She goes out there and she does it. But she's already talking about making that a separate book, all her politics, which I thought was like,
that's cool.
It is. Yeah. I was like, I would read that. I would totally read that.
Sure.
Video Power Gaming with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. I'm loving the RGB book. It's Besh. It is Besh. And you know what? I want to give a shout out to the Duke Booty, Professor of Ricketts, Mr. Bionic Funk, who won't be with us this week. Not to give too much away, he had a family member pass away this week. And I just want to send out my condolences to him, and hope he's doing okay. Ricky is here. Mr. Harry Dempsey. And Jack Knight 73. Yes, the radio shows. I want to talk. Yeah, we'll talk about those too. And Chad Stewart, bring back Alice. Well, I got to get Alice back in Canada before we can do that. Right now, she's having her vacation. She's already out in California.
Yeah, right? That's right. She was at. Did she go to Anime Expo?
She went to Anime Expo. She went to the Webtoons office. If you're following her on Instagram, you'll see on her stories that she took no photos, and the only photo of her is her lifting up her drawing over her face. And I was just like, God damn it, Alice. Yeah. Oh, and Bacon McShig is here as well, bouncing in here. Right there, it is. Awesome. Love to see it. So thank you everyone for being here and hanging out. Let's. I have some pickups, Alex. Do you have pickups?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Just the RGB book.
Let's throw up the Doell cam.
Damn.
All right. That's the Alex cam. That's the Alex cam. All right. This is what I picked up at the comic shop today. First off, hang on, let's go through these here. They had Justice League ID badges.
Ooh.
That they were just giving out. And I'm wondering too if there was more of them, and
it's very Star Trek-y.
They're very and they're very like stiff, like they're not
they're
flimsy.
Like credit cards.
They're like credit cards, dude. It's insane.
Ryan, you should give those out as business cards at San Diego.
Hey, speaking of which,
John Stewart, Green Lantern.
If you were at San Diego Comic-Con and you see me, I will give you one of our Gotham City Tonight cards. They just came in today, and I'm not showing them off yet, but they're here. All right, so we got John Stewart. Zatanna,
Nice. These are cool
Supergirl,
cards.
The
These
Flash.
would make cool belt buckles. Like if you got like a holster and you can just swap them out, like interchangeable belt buckles.
Yeah, right. So we got but these are super fun, and I like that's how like tells you their what access they have, where their base is, their status, their power level. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So they got the Flash, and I was thinking because they had them all there, and I was like, are we allowed to take one of each? Or and he's like, yes, because I was already thinking in my head that they were gonna like, oh, just one, please, right?
Yeah.
This would have been the one I got.
Did you get them all? Oh yeah.
I got every one that was there. So I do have this feeling that I missed out on like the Trinity, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman.
And they were free?
They were free.
Wow.
I also picked up this, which was of course a must-have in this household.
Yeah,
the Marvel
who are we looking at here on the cover?
We got Human Torch, my girl, by my rival's main, the Scarlet Witch.
It's a hot summer.
Dude, all the covers were hot. There was one that was Colossus and She-Hulk.
Oh, different like variants for the swimsuit.
They did variants for this.
Wow.
But each one of these was like, it came out to like $8 Canadian per issue. And I was like, hey. Well, I guess I'm only getting one. So because they had one that was Psylocke and Spider-Man.
Wow.
Right? Like, dude, just the pair-ups they have. I know these all sound like random, but I was like, but I liked that it was random.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know, man.
Do they interconnect? Is it like an interconnecting?
I think they all look like they at least match at the very least. The Adam Hughes one is in the book. So the Adam Hughes.
Yeah, who is that cover art? Because this is very Adam Hughes-esque.
This is Lobos.
Oh.
Let's see if right. Pablo Villalobos.
Okay.
Why do I like these Spanish names? I just like trying to say them and fail completely. In here as well as some stuff from Rivals that's coming.
Oh, super cool. Yeah, I was gonna say like it's kind of like Capcom-y aesthetic.
Right? It's these swimsuit. They're doing the summer fun ones. This is my other main. This is my main healer, Luna Snow.
Nice.
So
is Loki like a pimp at the beach?
Yes, dude. The Loki costumes are Loki gets some of the best costumes.
Loki is the last thing they are.
You could definitely tell who the devs love in this game, and they love Squirrel Girl. I can tell you that right now. They love her. Nick Bradshaw does the interior art because they actually put a story in here. Love me some Nick Bradshaw.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. If I'm buying a swimsuit issue of any kind, I don't want to see any words other than the names of the artist, inkers, and colorist.
Yeah, right.
That is it.
Just pictures.
Just pictures. That's it. I'll add one more. I'm going to call out some BS on one of them here. Hang on. We're going to get to this. This one here, John Tyler Christopher. Love that you got Jeff the Landshark in here. We love it. You threw in some Deadpool, some Bloodstone. Great. But let's get a little braver here. If you're going to have him yank down the shorts that far, let's get a little more butt cleavage here because the next page, we've got a topless Valkyrie. Come on.
And a shortsless Deadpool, I'm thinking.
Right, dude, it's all over the place. Well, you saw the Punisher, right? Look at that.
That's a very well constructed figure right there.
Dude,
very cool.
Marvel Legends needs to get on this now.
Look at his little like turret gun. It's like
it's like a
Toy Biz. It's like an old Toy Biz like Water Wars.
Like, dude, this is Water Wars.
Yeah.
Water Wars Punisher. He looks like Razor Ramon a little bit too. Right? Like it's so good.
The like skull thong. So good.
Right? I love this. I love this. Right? So hang on. We've got Gatey's Toys was so disappointed the Marvel swimsuit special. Too much story. Not enough boobs and butts.
I'm saying.
Right? Chad Stewart, I prefer the Street Fighter swimsuit edition books. Those are getting harder to get too. People have caught on that there's a lot of like cartoon boobs and butts. Oh, hang
whoa,
on.
whoa. Wait a minute. Breaking news. Because I saw the Spider-Man Hellfire Gala figure that they put out. Really? I gotta see this Emma Frost.
Yeah, we have to see this too. Hang on. So this is what made me want to do today's episode as well. This is the Summer of Superman special. This cover rules.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And hang on, I don't even know who's doing it. That's the other thing. I should have checked before. I hate that they put all these credits in the back now. But it's like just a big sampler of like, check out all your Superman stuff, which is exactly what I needed because I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where to start. I'm disconnected. I feel disconnected every day.
Who's the artist doing these interiors?
I can't find the credits page.
Oh, son of a.
But it looks like, oh, here we go. Writers Mark Waid.
Nice.
Dan Slott. Joshua Williams. Artist Jorge Jimenez.
Huh.
Right? That's yeah. Now that
That's
like,
but later on it seemed like a different style. Anyway. So is that
Lozano?
Joshua Williams doing the cover or
no, it's not it hang on, Alexander Lozano.
Wow. So the lighting and everything is really cool. It reminds me of like an old like Coca-Cola ad, or kind of like that like Norman Rockwell era of illustration.
Well, the pose is also very Bruce Timm.
Yeah.
Right? Like the line, the arm coming down, like it's just there's a lot of retro, and
I think it's that like backlighting on the cape, how the cape is sort of like illuminated and it's like, she's got this like shadow on her face. It kind of feels like when in the summer when the sun's setting and the light is sort of bouncing between buildings, and it kind of has that kind of like the light's kind of coming from everywhere sort of effect. Like it's very cool.
Yeah, it's nice. It's great stuff. I also finally grabbed this.
Oh,
the first issue.
Welcome to the party.
I know, right? Like 10 years later. Way to go, Doell. I'm very excited to dive into this. This is what I'm going to be doing after the show tonight. Is diving into that one. And I picked up this trade.
Nice.
Wolverine's Revenge. This is the Greg Capullo run. I'm already so excited just to look at it.
I love Greg Capullo's art. Like it's so good.
Made me super giddy. All right. Those are my pickups. Everyone go to the comic shop. Go buy some comics. If I can find comics, you can find comics. I don't know what that means, but that means you should be everyone should be buying comics.
Comics can be found.
Comics can be found. Alex, I don't know about you. I've been rewatching this.
Yes. Absolutely.
I've text messaged you a couple times. I know one time when we first started, and I was like, how relatable and how even unfortunately nothing has still changed when we're talking about Krypton. We're still going through some of the same BS over here. We
gotta start working on our rockets, on our escape rockets now, Ryan.
Yeah. We got to make some babies to put in them. I don't know where we're gonna send them, but we'll figure it out. This series, I already knew it was great. You've heard us talk about this series a lot on this show, but it's been a long time since I've rewatched it. I rewatched the Batman animated series a lot, and then now on top of that, I've rewatched the Prime series a couple times. This is the Caped Crusader. But now this is kind of my first time in a few years going back and rewatching Superman. And now again, you're older, you're wiser, you notice new things, you see new things. In the first season, it's like I can't imagine the shock that Metropolis has went through, because all of a sudden Superman debuts, and within I would say you don't know the timeline. I'm not going to treat it like each episode is a different day. That's dumb. Right.
Right.
However, it just what feels like a short amount of time, you now have like world leveling threatening villains just popping up. Right?
Yeah.
So you've got like Toyman shows up, then Parasite, then Metallo, then Lobo comes just cruising through town, and you're just like, what? Just like that had to be a shock.
The Lobo episode is so good.
What a two-parter.
He's voiced by Brad Garrett, who also voiced Bibbo.
Of course.
But yeah, he voices Lobo, and it's just perfection. Like he's one of the best voice actors ever.
Just period. Yeah, he's so good. The voice is perfect. Did you notice the name of the bar that he's in at the beginning of the episode?
No.
It is Today. Someone would say, nope, you can't call it that. It is called the Steaming Load. And I popped and I was like, how did I never notice this before? Like, that's so good. Also, one thing I also noticed, that bar feels like a Bruce Timm version of a heavy metal comic.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? It feels like a heavy metal comic brought to that style into that world more than a 90s Superman alien aesthetic.
It's also a little bit like Bruce Timm, like in this series, Bruce Timm kind of gets his Star Wars on. He gets his Jack Kirby on. Like, it is. This series is truly becomes like a love letter to Jack Kirby.
Yeah,
Jack Kirby's like in it basically because Dan Turpin, his character model, is clearly Jack Kirby, which is really cool.
Yeah, I like the Brainiac one. The Brainiac one is where I kind of flagged you, where it was like I'm watching the first 3 episodes and how dependent Krypton got to their AI system they created.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, we're watching that right now.
Dude, right? The episode where have you gotten to the episode where Brainiac like forces Lex Luthor to build a body for him?
Yes.
Amazing.
Dude.
The scene where he's like Lex Luthor, because he's completely imprisoned by Brainiac, and he like smashes open the vending machine, and he's like eating the like candy bars because he's so hungry.
That's Justice League though, isn't it?
Oh, is that no? I thought that was because Brainiac is holding him hostage in like the basement of LexCorp. Anyway, he catches his reflection in the glass, and he's like realizes he's like
disheveled.
He's just like Brainiac, this like superior being, is reducing Lex Luthor to like a more like primal state. He's like kind of devolved. He's reduced to like his human instinct to survive. Like he's starving, and so he's gonna like eat this food, and it's just like it's a way of like him realizing like, oh, this superior intelligence has now gotten the upper hand on me. I am just like a human. I'm just an animal, basically.
Right. This series is so good.
It's definitely if it's been a while since you've checked it out, watch it, because also like the animation is amazing. Like there's some it's like not all episodes are great, but a lot of them, they have that like trademark like amazing Japanese animation, Tokyo Movie Shinsha, and there's even some episodes that like some of the Studio Ghibli animators ended up working on, as kind of like an exchange thing that was happening. And it's really fun.
I find the first season to be very, like, every episode is solid because again, it's a lot of introduction to villains. And again, even when Brainiac comes to Earth for the first time, Lex is just like, yeah, let me download your shit.
Yeah.
And that episode too. Okay, here's another thing. This is where I noticed I've changed in my life somehow. Because Brainiac has all those orbs of all those planets that are no longer around with all these civilizations.
Yeah.
The ship blows up with all of that inside, and the only one that gets saved is the one of Krypton.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's yeah, definitely. I mean, there's lots, lots of that kind of Batman the animated series. Like it sort of reminds you of like the like gravity behind the tragedy behind everything when you least
Right.
expect it to. But it's so cool that like orb from Brainiac ship becomes the sort of memory unit for Fortress of Solitude. It's like that becomes Superman's like last connection to the history of his homeworld.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay.
And Superman is so good. I love Superman in this series. Like Clark Kent, he's just like a great guy. Like you just be like just a good guy to be friends with, like everyone's friend.
He also is the guy, like, here's what I like about this Clark Kent. Because he will be like, when they introduce kryptonite, he's like, oh, it's just me, I'm clumsy. Right. But he's not really that clumsy of a Clark Kent. In fact, he's very driven.
Yeah.
And again, he's like that Henry Cavill Clark Kent. And it's just like, you are way too handsome, Smallville.
Yeah, he's very like put together and suave.
Yeah. And he's and him and Jimmy again, like just I love Lois is perfect. Everyone's perfect.
I mean, the episode, one of my favorite episodes is The Late Mr. Kent, where it's sort of, I mean, that's like kind of like a Clark Kent focused episode. Clark focusing on Clark as the journalist. Yeah, really cool. I won't get into too much more about it, but
right.
Yeah, these are all really good.
And
the DVD cover art does not do it justice. Like,
this is very much like what you would get on wrapping paper in the 90s.
Yeah, all of the kind of generic merchandising art. It's like never on model. It never like reflects the show. It's never cell shaded the way the show is. It's like, it's not right.
All right. One thing I'm going to bring up a couple of things here. A couple of things that started flipping through again, rereading some of the stuff. I have this nice, big, beautiful hardcover book.
Ooh, nice.
Superman, the Sunday Classics from 1939 to 1943.
That almost looks like a Mike Allred cover. Like,
right? It's a Peter Poplaski.
That's so cool. What a cool image.
Right? So we can go through it here, but it is just these old comics from the 30s and 40s.
I love the color scheme. I love Lois of this era. Like I think like Grant Morrison pointed out that like there's times when like there's like literal like icicles coming from her speech balloons when she's talking to Clark Kent, like just ruthless.
She is and she's got like some serious suave.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
And again, she's
some true style.
There's even ones in here that I don't know if they based some of the Max Fleischer cartoons off of, or or vice versa. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure which came first, but like this one with the runaway train.
Wait, can you kind of hold that picture of Clark Kent in the water up closer? Anyway, that's a really funny image.
Just a dude in a suit taking a swim. Right? These are again just.
This is really cool art. Yeah,
chained up.
I've never read any of these.
Right? Some mechanical monsters.
Yeah, this is like very Fleischer. I wonder which came first.
Right, so there's a lot of that. Right, so they did have like ongoing stories. They don't might end before any sort of like propaganda.
Yeah.
Right, like it's great. So anyways, if you can ever find these books, I do have ones for I have 2 volumes of the dailies, the old dailies of Batman and Robin, which are amazing. Those are super cool. And then this one here, and this is the Superman one. Again, this is Superman Sunday Classics, 1939 to 1943. Can't go wrong. So I've been kind of flipping through this again. This has been really exciting and fun to read.
I wonder, like, this was probably a lot of people's like main exposure to Superman during this time. Like I want because like everyone read the newspaper.
Read the news, and at this time too, I think we're already getting into the radio shows.
Yeah, and the radio shows, they were responsible. They gave us like Krypton, right? Like they gave the whole backstory.
They gave us Kryptonite. They gave us Jimmy Olsen. They gave us Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
dude, the radio show. Someone brought up radio shows earlier, and I was just like, I love, like, that's where we got Superman versus the KKK. Was through the radio shows. The first Batman Superman crossover was in the radio shows, I do believe.
Are those like on YouTube?
They're on YouTube. I believe they're on Spotify as well. And I know, so you just look up under podcasts and it'll have all of them there. What's great about those old recordings as well is that they kept the old ads. So that you'll have these serial ads, just like we did in the 80s, but they're on the radio where they're just like, and kids, be sure to get Pep cereal, and inside you will get the secret decoder, and it will right. And I was like, okay,
yeah. Was it by Ovaltine?
Yeah, by this is another one too. You've seen me bring this up on the show before, of course.
Yes, yeah.
This nice big supersized edition of Superman versus Wonder Woman. Again, this gets me just excited for Justice League. And it gets me excited for just buying more vintage Superman stuff. I think that's the thing. Remember, I was just talking about like with Wolverine and like getting these Superman samplers, and I was like, I don't know where to start. That's how I feel all the time with modern stuff. Because there's like 10 volume ones on the shelf.
Yeah.
At any comic shop, and I just sit there and go, I don't know.
I know.
And then I end up just buying a one-shot annual or something because I don't know where to go. I don't know what to read.
What's up, notions?
Yeah. Fucker. No. This is another one I popped out recently as well. Did some flipping through over the weekend.
Dude, love that costume. I've still yet to get to Superboy. He has. I mean, I'm slowly making my way downtown,
right,
through the death of Superman. So Superboy has yet to show up. I think he's about to. But yeah, I dig the Superboy look.
This is one of the best comic books ever made. I will just put that out there. It came out at the right time, the right costume, the right look, the right team. And it's right up there with Tom Grummett. Was doing Robin at the same time. You couldn't think. I feel very blessed to be a teenager at a time when teen heroes felt so cool.
Yeah, I loved Impulse with his giant feet and goggles.
Right.
So
all that
cool.
Stuff. Young Justice was awesome. And then when they actually all became Teen Titans, that was a great run too. And that was Snyder and now I can't remember. Well, he had various artists joining him, Grummett being one of them at some point on the run. But that was the Scott Snyder run. But this is the Tom Grummett, Carl Kessel. This is Superboy. This is, to me, still just one of the best ones. Or Country Boy Niner. How dare Craig live at the same time? Hey,
yeah.
You know what? I bet you it's Troy's schedule. I will guarantee you it's Troy's schedule. And it's okay. You know what? There's enough room on the internet for all of us. So it's okay. If you want to go watch those guys,
we should have done counter programming and just have us going through the book and making up stuff, making up
our own behind the scenes. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I still can't think of a more just dynamic.
Yeah, Tom Grummett's art is so cool, and it's interesting, like reading the Superman Death of Superman like anthology, because like you see it compared to like all the other artists, and all right, this might sound, I may be way off, but when I look at Tom Grummett's art, I get kind of a like Will Eisner feel. That may some of you may think that sounds crazy, but I don't know, something about it, like it's got that, like everything has like volume and weight, and but like is also has like a little bit of a cartooniness. Like I don't know. I wonder if that was like an influence for him at any point. I mean, Will Eisner is an influence on everyone, right? But like, I mean, specifically for Tom Grummett, if he would say Will Eisner.
Well, he's one of those guys again that's like he's for it's going to sound really weird. He's an intimidating artist. He's intimidating in the same way that Jim Lee and Frank Quietly and again Jack Kirby like how they like I'll put Mark Silvestri in there too, Eric Larson. He's an intimidating artist in the fact that he can draw the interior of a helicopter and the outside of one.
Yeah.
And then he can do the backside of water.
Yeah.
And still make all of this read.
That's a really good, the backside of water is really good. I mean, just that shot alone, it's like the silhouette, it really reads, it really pops on the page. Look at the skulls, like the skeletons, like.
Well, just even the wet hair.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I mean, it's these things that we don't really always think about when we're talking about comics or looking at comics or when we're reading them. And the amount of skill it takes to do this kind of stuff, to make people look old, to make people look young.
Yeah.
We've seen John Byrne draw kids. Right? They're like, John Byrne is a legend.
Yeah, he's in that list of people you name. But yeah, I mean, like just 100%. The way like this guy's like cyborg eye is like set into his skull, like it really everything feels like, everything feels like it has volume to it.
It is one of my favorite series. It's one of those ones that sculpted me as a kid. It's the reason why I got a leather jacket when I was 16.
I don't know. There's something Will Eisner about. Like I'll get off this track.
Well, if you take a look at this cover for sure.
Yeah, that's like
you can definitely see it. God, we need to do an episode on Will Eisner at some point, and we got to talk about the Spirit.
Yeah,
look at that, Superboy, the animated series.
Is this still him or is this?
No, that's them watching the first episode of Superboy, the animated series.
And is Tom Grummett drawing that, or is it?
Yep, this is still Tom. This is still Tom.
Wow, that's man. That's kind of a shame that we never got Superboy, this version of Superboy in the animated series. I'm sure like Bruce Timm probably hated
I am sure
the whole reign of the Superman stuff. I mean, I guess at least we got Steel, like that was good. But
Steel's cool though. Like Steel to me feels like a character that's always existed but didn't. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No,
but this whole issue is done
awesome. And I guess maybe Terry McGinnis has like enough of this Superboy vibe that like it would have been repeat beat.
Yeah, but look at this Charles Fleischer style Superboy.
Yeah,
on the left,
dude.
So good.
That would be cool if somebody did like a Fleischer cartoon of Superboy.
Of this one?
Yeah, I get that'd be like a pretty strange mix of taking like a super 90s design and doing it in like a 1940s cartoon.
I'm going to do whatever it takes in our power to meet James Gunn and pitch that to James Gunn to say, can we make Superboy animated shorts in a Fleischer style that will go before the movies?
Dude, or just a Superboy movie.
Yeah.
Put this leather jacket, earring, glasses version, put that on the screen.
Give it, yeah. I'm 100% with you on that. I would love nothing more than that. All right, I'm going to go through a few more comics that have been like, again, you've seen some of these on the show before, but I'm just going to show them again because you never know who's watching. These are fun. I still haven't opened this. I need to find one that I can open so that we can play around with it. Alex, I think you still need to find one too. Superman, Man of Steel, issue 30 with the do-it-yourself cover with all the stickers in the back.
So cool.
It is so cool. Need to find more of these. Maybe we could try to find some while we're in San Diego as well. I don't know how often you get to actually leave the booth. I don't know if you're chained to it.
We'll find a way.
We just got to make sure that you're at the booth when Jim Lee's at the booth, so you can tell me to come to the booth. That I can be like, oh my god, Jim Lee, because you put your votes in for what you want for San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. And so
what?
Yeah, so you have to like sign in, then you have to like vote. You get like 12 votes on the one things you want to do, and that is like a ticketing system for a draw. So you can put your things in a draw and they'll pick it out and see like whether or not you get it. Whatever.
For right? All exclusives?
For some exclusives. Like doesn't apply to like Mondo or Hasbro or Jada and stuff, but there'll be certain like San Diego Comic-Con exclusives.
So like there's some like Alex Ross stuff I think I saw.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like that. Some of them are even for signings that you have to put your name in the lottery for. Yeah. One of them being Tom King, which I dropped everything for Saturday. Like, yep, Tom King.
Clear my schedule.
Yep, that's going to be for me. Thanks. And then the other one was, because here's what sucks. There was Jim Lee on Friday, Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb on Saturday, but Tom King also on Saturday. And I was like, no, it's Tom King or bust.
Yeah.
So Tom King, then put all my other ones onto Jim Lee, because it's just like, I'm literally just trying to get in the lottery, be like, here's the card. Please come on our show. I want to pitch you a Superboy, a Superboy cartoon, please, for the love of God. I've been going through. Speaking of John Byrne, honestly, I've been going over John Byrne stuff. This is an issue that's actually special to me. It was given to me by Paul Reese when I went for my tour of the DC comic book offices in 2017. Also, because he slipped in there a little mini comic from the Superpowers.
Nice.
That was just, he's like, oh, let's toss this in here too. And it's a Green Lantern one where it's Green Lantern and Robin versus the Joker. There's not enough things like that
only
happening.
In Superpowers.
That's unfortunate. I think that needs to happen more often.
Yeah.
I think we need to see villains mix it up with other heroes.
Wait, can Green Lantern go near Robin's cape?
No.
Isn't yellow his weakness?
Especially back then.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have worked. Would not have worked. Again, I'm just like, I get nostalgic for comics that came out long before I started reading comics, especially when it comes to DC. I find more than so with Marvel. But again, love these covers.
Oh, damn.
Yep. I command you to kiss my boots, Superman. Let the whole world see you become my slave.
Someone at the DC offices was getting away with something.
That's all, dude. They weren't getting away with it. They were just doing it back then. That's the difference. That is totally the difference. This is 1960s, man.
Was it Joe Simon, the artist of one of the artists of Superman? He would have approved.
I wonder. I'm not going to open it up right now, but this is. Look at, they got Lois and Jimmy right there, front and center too. Lois, like, what the fuck? You gotta be kidding me. Speaking of more Lois, I just love stuff. Love
this. That's a great cover.
Yeah, you've seen me showing this one off before.
Yeah,
I love it. It's everything I think of when someone says Superman and Lois. Like, this is that's it right there. Yeah. Love these Lois Lane comics as well. This is where Lois is going to marry a dude on death row, and Superman's like, get your ass on that chair. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for this shit. I love it. Again, the darkest Superman cover I've ever seen in my life.
I've seen it. I have a darker one, but I may not even show that one because it's a little too dark.
All right.
But I do have a very dark Superman cover.
This is a crypto story. And I love this. By popular demand, crypto returns in Who Was That Dog I Saw You With Last Night? It sounds like a sitcom.
What?
Hey, who's that dog I saw you with last night? I've seen that dog before.
Man, the DC offices were
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's super fun.
I love how Superman's like skidding to a halt. Like,
yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
You hear the Fred Flintstone screech, right?
Yeah.
Clark Kent hero, Superman, Public Enemy,
Taking down his fully painted statue.
his
No
fully
less.
painted statue. Where was this in
In
Illinois?
ancient Rome,
Right? Lois Lane trapped by the Justice League.
damn. Those
Uh,
you think the current Marvel swimsuit issue is
yeah, they were doing
DC,
it right
they
here.
weren't holding back.
They weren't holding. They just did it. It is Jaws' 50th anniversary. And with that, Superman and Lois Lane are also celebrating Jaws' 50th anniversary. Where look down, Superman. He found the boat, but where's Lois? We don't know.
I'm detecting a theme with some of these covers.
Oh, these are all Lois Lane from here on, my friend. You're in for a treat. You are in for a treat. All right.
Yeah, this is a great one.
Again, classic one. So long. She's tied and gagged to the front of a train.
That's a running gag on the Lois Lane covers of Superman killing Lois.
Well, then Lois like gets him back by I'm gonna marry Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, those were the two. By the way, World's Finest, that 3-part episode of Superman the Animated Series, so good. Like if you're like if you're thinking like it's a little daunting, like I don't want to just get back in it, like at least watch the World's Finest 3-parter. It's amazing.
And it's part of it's part of season 3 of the DVDs.
Yeah.
If you're getting those.
And they do a strong will they won't they with Bruce Wayne and Lois Lane.
Right.
Wayne and Lane. It just, it makes sense.
Right. A little more extra bondage here.
Damn.
This time with a snake. Oh,
That's crazy.
This is wild.
This is like a Frank Frazetta cover.
Dude, it's so good though. Like,
yeah.
Context aside, you've got who do you save? Well, clearly they're close enough. Just choke the snake and save the woman in the quicksand.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would do if I was Superman.
He's Superman, like,
right? He's Superman.
Can't save 2 people at once? What?
Right. That's how I feel too. And but I love just that it's a very dynamic cover. And yes, it is a little like bondagey sex appeal-y, but it's also like super dynamic. It's really, really good.
That's crazy, yeah. Who's the artist on it? Is that Neil Adams or
no idea? I don't even know if these were credited back then.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably like no thanks. This is Wonder Woman tossing around Lois Lane.
Nice.
This is great. I love how Superman's just sitting there watching.
Yeah.
He's like, haha, great show, Wonder Woman. What are you doing? What are you doing, dude?
This is during that era where they were like, Wonder Woman, no costume. Bell bottoms, like martial arts. That's Wonder Woman.
They're poorly informed feminist era of Wonder Woman. Yeah. Beating up another woman, just for fun. Though,
yeah,
great. It's super fun cover. This one too, a lot of fun. I love it.
Yeah, classic.
Lois Lane is a centaur. This one is super racist. I cannot show it.
Can you imagine getting that in Superpowers? Like a centaur Lois?
Why didn't Todd at least do this?
Yeah.
Like when you think about it.
Can you imagine if this was the only female figure he did in Superpowers?
It's unbreakable spell Lois Lane. How is he going to unbreak that spell?
The hardest spell of them all.
That's right.
Being turned into a centaur.
Great Krypton. How are we going to get through this? This is God, I could totally see Todd doing that too.
They have made quite a few horses, so
that's what I mean. Right? Yeah. Let's do that. I think this should be a Mondo soft vinyl. This Lois Lane. I think
there aren't enough centaur action figures, that's for sure.
Superman making sure Lois Lane stays in jail because she is a criminal. Stay there for life.
That's definitely a Neil Adams.
That's I think this one is too.
Yeah, that's
right. Lois Lane. Uh, Great, Lois. Now heave that rock into space. Then we'll start planning our wedding. I like that.
I kind of they should do a cartoon of Lois Lane, the Lois Lane comic, and just this energy, just like crazy, sensationalist storylines, like Superman and Lois antagonizing each other, like high drama.
Oh, you want high drama?
Insane jealousy.
This one here. He's here, Lois. What next? Get rid of him, Thorne. If he sees me like this, I'll die. She's turned old. What happened? Old lady. But no, those are my picks, Alex. This is what I've been kind of going through and been having fun with. Just going through, like I said, I like vintage of, so like these would be like my parents' vintage. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah.
But I love this stuff.
Yeah, and it's so fun.
I'm still always shocked that every now and then Lois Lane gets she'll get like a mini series, but I'm always surprised she's never really gotten an ongoing series in like the longest time.
Yeah.
Or why it doesn't stick. Or it's like, is she not as popular as I think she is?
Well, because I think your target audience is this image, two super people punching each other. Like you're not going to get a lot of that.
I mean, the key demographic has changed now. I feel
journalism.
I feel that the key demographic,
there's always, you can do so much in comics, right? There's no limit to what you can do.
Right.
But I think at the offices of Marvel and DC, they're still very much oriented towards
punching.
Yeah.
Because I always feel like Lois Lane, because there's so many more. I think there's always was a lot of women that read comics. I think it's just a lot more. They're a lot more open about reading comics. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just because the internet now exists, so now they're speaking up. Like, hey, I read comics too. And also, there's a lot of more women in the comics industry in general. And also, there's just the amount of writers and artists we have now in comics, whether it's race, sexual orientation, sex, whatever. I feel like comics are more diverse than they've ever been. So I always feel that it's weird that we don't have that like one Lois Lane adventure series.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, for sure.
It shocks me. Maybe I got to write it too. I would do a terrible job. I'm not smart enough. I will not to like downplay myself or sound like I'm insulting myself. I am not smart enough to write Lois Lane.
Well, yeah, I think that might be kind of part of the challenge, part of the hurdle is that maybe just the way that people have a hard time writing Superman, because it's like, well, how do you write somebody that good, somebody that perfect, writing a character that is as intelligent and intrepid and sort of that more real world fourth estate take on DC. Like, right. That's a very daunting task, and I think finding also like an artist, the right artist to pair that with, that can, because like maybe it's the sort of thing where you want the writer and the artist to be the same person, so that there's no miscommunication between.
And it's weird because me being a dude and a straight dude, I also want my Lois Lane to be very pretty and drawn as such. And so it's like, because you're right. I think the art would make a big deal about who's doing it. You don't necessarily, like with Lois Lane, you don't need pinups. You don't need Adam Hughes. Well, actually, I think Adam Hughes would probably do some really good covers. I don't know if I'd get Frank Cho necessarily, but I think I'd probably get Adam Hughes to do some covers.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd get J. Scott Campbell either necessarily.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Right?
I imagine it would be like a fairly sober take on things, because it is like I just assume that it would be sort of a kind of like what like that GCPD series was, that, you know, where it's like
Right.
it is
But I don't know if I'd want
the person on the ground level seeing this kind of superhero stuff.
It's see, I don't know if it necessarily would want it to be gritty like that. I think I'd want it. I think what I'm thinking of is DuckTales, but Lois Lane.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Like
cool.
when I'm thinking about adventure series like that, it's
or
her
like Indiana
globetrotting.
Jonesy, yeah.
Indiana Jones, and then her kind of like have Superman appear, because of course he has to every now and again, and have her be dragging Jimmy Olsen along for some of these.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, yeah, I think that'd be really fun. Yeah, just you know, take Superman out of the picture. You know, he's off world. Like this her adventures happening while he's, you know,
right. You could do
doing something
full
somewhere else.
storylines, full arcs without Superman or
Yeah.
Clark, right? I bring her sister into it. Bring Lana Lang into
Yeah.
it. Let's get them all in there. Julia Chen, Summer Gleason. Come on, these are all
Yeah.
strong women in the news, right? Hang on, I'm gonna grab
Cat
one
Grant.
more thing. Cat Grant, right? I think there's so much. Hang on, I'm gonna grab one more thing that I think is very important, because I can't believe I only just remembered it. I should have had it here. It's been very important to me this year. It was one of the best reads I had. I don't know. Talk about something. Talk about it. Crypto. 1 sec.
So I don't know if you guys all caught Toying Around last week or 2 weeks ago now. But Ryan and Alice and myself were guests on there. Kevin graciously had us on as guests. And this is very Superman. I opened a Superman figure on there. You know, from the classic Man of Steel line.
Oh,
so you
dude.
can see the card on the back.
Oh,
and it was
yeah,
there we go. I definitely want this Street Warrior,
I have
Guardian Superman.
I have it. It's
cool.
great.
He's like a vampire or something. He's got like a flat top.
No,
Loved
dude,
it.
he's like he's in the streets. He's teaming up with Daredevil in this one.
Yeah, and I gotta get that Superboy, so I definitely gotta get this. But I've started the collection with the most important character, which is Lex Luthor, with his Squirtin' Hornet, which is what this is called. As you can see, he's got the Squirting Hornet
attack jetpack,
and yeah, it is, you know, classic. It's Lex Luthor in his classic utility vest and one black glove, as he is known to wear.
Is he?
This iconic look. And yeah, there he is.
I'm glad they gave him the green to kind of match his old superpowers armor a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of kryptonite-y too. I don't know.
Okay, these are the last things I'm going to show off. Then we'll go over anything from Mondo that you need to plug, and then we'll call her a night. That's what we'll do. All right, these are the last things I'm bringing up. This got me on my path to Japan. I took the last 2 volumes to Japan so that I could read them on the train, and I did, and it was worth it, and I love it. It is my favorite thing. It is Superman versus Meshi. I have all 3 volumes of this. It is so good.
I hope James Gunn adapts this in some form.
I hope so too. It's weird because they're a weird mix of the Snyderverse costumes and then also like New 52 for whatever reason. But it's at the end, sometimes it's very Christopher Reeve as well. And then just, you know, I don't know. I don't know how to explain
Batman riding Superman like that.
Dude, it's so good.
Dude,
So for anyone that doesn't know, these are advertisements. Each one of these comics, each one of the stories, look at this. Superman. Lex Luthor.
He's definitely got a Christopher Reeve vibe there, which is very cool.
It's beautifully drawn food. If you've ever watched anything like, there he is talking about the big fluffy pancakes. If you've ever watched or read Dungeon versus Meshi, which is another one, or Dungeon Meshi, I think it's called Delicious in the Dungeon in the
yes,
like in the adaptation, like, or in the translated one or whatever it is. Anyways, that's like when they take D&D creatures and turn it into food, and it's these beautiful detailed food, and this is the same deal. So every time they go into like a food or certain restaurant, it'll be that. And what this is too, it's because it's advertising restaurants, that's exactly what this is. So it's Superman traveling through Japan, trying all these different restaurants, and he's talking about the menu.
And they're real restaurants, you said,
they're
right?
real restaurants. Right? That's Lois, by the way.
He's like the Guy Fieri of Japan.
He is. And he's got an Instagram foodie account that's just better and rivals that of Lex Luthor's foodie account.
That's amazing. Wait, do you think they have those real accounts? Do they have like actual fake Instagram accounts to
I don't
probably
know.
not, but that would be fun. This Superman lends himself really well to manga.
Right? I want this Batman ramen bowl.
Oh yeah, I thought it was the bat signal at first.
So bad.
So cool.
Right?
That's a good Batman too.
It's such a good Batman, right? This is so for those of you who are wondering, because on Toy Anxiety yesterday, I don't know if you saw, Alex, I got my Mofex Hush Batman.
Yes, yeah.
And I was saying how I want the ramen shop that Mofex also did.
Yeah. For was it Naruto?
Yeah, I think it's Naruto. Yes. This is exactly why I want it.
Yeah.
Because I want to do shit like this. And so now it's also got me going, like, well, if I get Hush Batman, I should probably get the Hush Superman, or at least one of the Death and Return of Supermans to go with it. But now it's already turned into like, well, I guess I need to buy the Justice League so they can all have ramen together.
And you gotta get
I
Dick
want
Grayson.
Dick Grayson. Yeah, I pre-ordered Tim.
Oh, nice.
I just gotta find myself a Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson, like over the stool at the ramen shop.
Yeah. This one, hang on, I think it's the first one, and he goes to 7-Eleven. And it's so awesome. There's Superman.
It's like, he's like,
get me another one.
Look here.
Yeah, look. Yep.
Or he's ordering too.
He is ordering food. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can find one where he goes to 7-Eleven. It's so funny because it's. Oh yeah! Look at this. There's the.
The 89 Batmobile.
89 Batmobile, and it's the Trinity going out for tempura.
It really is like a best of.
It's so good. This is there's Batman.
Reminds me of when Batgirl and Supergirl do that sort of thing in the cartoon.
Look at this.
Yeah, the side of very powdered toast man going on there.
Again, Mattel, don't let us down. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, that'd be cool if they did like a black and white manga Superman series.
There's
Jimmy.
There's Jimmy. Right. There's Lois.
Oh, nice.
Right. There's the 7-Eleven. Oh yeah, Superman. Like, I'm hungry. Time to go. And he zips over to 7-Eleven.
It's also a Margot Kidder Lois Lane. Yeah, it's totally the like Richard Donner movie. What is that? What's he doing?
He's looking at dirty comics.
Oh my god. As you know, as Superman is known to do.
Right? So this is the tour of 7-Eleven.
Damn, how do you can't read this hungry? That's for sure.
No. Right? And grabbing dessert at the end. Soft served ice cream. It's
Wait, can you hold that up again on the other page? That picture of Superman?
Yeah.
Wow.
This may be the most scrumptious food I've had in a while. That's him.
That's the design.
It's a very content Superman. I love this. Going for that.
Jeez.
Right? Again, this is it's super fun. These books are super affordable. They're super affordable. I think they're like what? Yeah, they're like $10 a pop.
Well, they're basically brochures.
They are, and it was it got me super excited to get to Japan because I remember reading I already read volume 1. I read volume 2 on the plane, and then I read volume 2 on a train.
I forget. Did you actually go to any of the restaurants in there?
Well, 7-Eleven. I got so hung up. I have decided I'm gonna go back to Japan in like 2027, hoping that tourists have calmed the hell down and got the hell out for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then from there, I want to see how many of the restaurants I can find because a lot of them are chain restaurants. Right? Because these
Superman. He only goes to chains. He only trusts chains.
You know what? Batman tries to call him out on that, and he's like, "No, Batman, you don't understand."
I just have very pedestrian tastes.
Yeah, it's like it's so good, and it feels like it's been made for 100 years.
Give me a bag of Doritos any day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Superman can, right?
Yeah.
He's out of anyone here.
Who knows what he's tasting? Like, I'm sure the Kryptonian taste buds. It's like it's crazy. It's probably every food is a symphony of
Cool
taste.
Ranch has never tasted so cool. In fact, Superman's the only person who can distinctly taste each 11 herb and spice on a KFC chicken piece.
For sure.
I love it.
All
right.
He knows why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, dude. Nice. That was awesome. Do we want to go through some Mondo stuff before we head out?
Yeah, let's do, because it is there's only 1 week left to pre-order the Sandman Winston 2-pack on mondoshop.com before it's you can't get Sandman anymore. You'll be able to get Winston still, just like all of our Ghostbusters. You can get the single pack, single release. But if you're trying to collect all the ghost villains, this is your last chance to get Sandman this next week. Yep. And if you're on the fence, maybe watch the Sandman episode again, Mr. Sandman, Dream Me a Dream. It's really great. He's a really memorable classic villain. I think he's like one of the rogues gallery of that season 1 era of Ghostbusters. And yeah, he's awesome. I can't find a good image from the book, but he's also covered in this book.
Let's talk about this one for a hot second.
Yeah, Spike Spiegel. I'm in love with this figure. I haven't seen it in person, but I've seen like Hector showed it, and it was at our booth at Anime Expo, and just like it's just like it's the like classic like cartoony anime style, both the combination of the cloth goods trench coat, like Mark Bristow's like very subtle like paint scheme, like Mark Bristow, like he's so good at taking kind of flat cartoon colors but adding just enough of like a gradient to really like give a sense of dimension to it. And yeah, I mean it's Cowboy Bebop is just the best show. I worked on this figure early on in the process, and I just rewatched the whole series all over again while working on him, and yeah, it's awesome. If you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop, or it's been a while, like check it out. Like it's a great great show.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see. I'm certain this is going to be on display as well at San Diego.
I
And
don't know.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna I'll message Hector and tell him to bring it.
We're bringing a lot of stuff. I don't know if
just bring it. Bring it, just so I can look at it, and then
and Spike comes with a ton of stuff too. Like he's my favorite accessory is he's holding up Ein, which is like a very specific frame from the first episode that Ein appears in. So it's like an actual like hand you can attach to Spike, so he's like holding him up and looking at him. And I did our Ein Safubi, which is a very kind of like cute chibi version. So this is like my chance to do like a realistic looking Ein as well. I worked on them both kind of at the same time. Yeah, I love Ein.
Hey, Alex, I got an anime question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Golden Boy?
I haven't. But I've seen that like clip of him like swimming in the pool.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
Oh, dude, I own the series on DVD.
It's funny.
I first saw that show when I was a teenager, and I was like, oh man, I can still watch it today and I hurt. I will laugh. It would not fly today. It'll never get aired on TV. There is no way. He's just like, he's a world-class pervert. But the situations he gets put into, well, he doesn't get put into. He puts himself into. It is so funny. And there's one episode that's really like more heartfelt. Like he's got some episodes that are like, they're just not all like completely slapstick. There are some that are just like, oh, that's a little heavier than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
But then the last episode, because it's only 6 episodes, in the last episode, everything comes together in the one episode. It's just like, oh, it's so glorious. And the whole thing is, I saw this as a teenager, and I should have saw the warning signs of the industry I was getting into, because it was right there in like full frontal, and I was just like, God damn it, this is it. This is the life I live. Damn it. So it was it was hard. It was not hard watching. It was just funny watching in retrospect that again, how some things in your past that you love and you watch,
no warnings.
Yeah, somehow you heed no warnings, and just how much like this is actually my life now. Like it's not like it's so like I said, it's been wild. I think I might be going through a midlife crisis. I'm not sure. But
enjoy your vacation. Maybe avoid Golden. No, maybe watch Cowboy Bebop instead of Golden Boy.
No, but I'm going to recommend Golden Boy to everyone. Actually, everyone. The women, whoever. Like, just watch it. I think it'll be super fun.
Certainly that scene of him swimming in the pool. And
dude, that's not even the first episode.
So funny.
The first episode gives you a complete taste of what to expect in the series. And you're just like, holy shit. It is so good. Rated M for mature, 100%. I don't think my parents realized what me and my best friend Garson were watching, because they were just like, oh, cartoons. And it was in the section called Japanimation. Because classic, right? Yeah, is what it is.
Where do you stand on Cowboy Bebop, Brian?
Oh, I love it, dude. It's a definitive. It's one of those series I think you need to watch, and I think it's
same character designer too. That's cool.
Yeah, that's why I brought up Golden Boy. Sorry, this all ties in. That's I kind of forgot to mention that part, but
we have a real quick super chat from Jacobson here.
Hi, Jacobson.
Thank you very much. Any chance we get some extreme Ghostbusters? I would love that. If you've visited my Instagram account, you can see that I've done a concept sculpt for Kylie Griffin. But yeah, I would love to do that. There's like very, very exciting things ahead for our Ghostbusters, and I'm very excited with how things are going, and there's a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool potential out there, but nothing I can obviously say or speak to yet. Stay tuned for Comic-Con in 2 weeks, week after next, definitely for some more real Ghostbusters news from us.
That is bonkers. Okay, it's 2 weeks. Jesus. So, anyways, make a Golden Boy figure, please. Make him, make his bike, and then make a replica of his little black notebook. If you can do that,
all right. I'll put that in for the next. I really, I know there's figures out, but I'm a big fan of the Space Cobra anime. Really cool stuff.
If you could make some 1/6 Ramna figures.
Oh yeah,
Even if you did
cloth goods.
Even if you did 6-inch with soft goods, like if you did, all I'm thinking about is Moose. Do you know your Ramna?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so Moose is, for those who don't know, he's the one that. Well, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it for people who don't know because he's going to be in second season.
I think I forgot who Moose is, but
he's one with the glasses, and he also has.
Oh yes, Moose, like the hair product,
right?
Yeah. Shampoo.
Moose,
yeah,
correct. And then
I'm remembering now. It's all.
And he's got that all those chains and swords and stuff that come out of his.
Yeah, so cool.
He is incredibly toyetic.
Yeah,
and he's got nothing that needs to be fixed.
That's one of those properties that it's like they make, Ranma, both versions of Ranma, maybe a Kane, but like
maybe a Ryoga as well.
Yeah, but even then, soft vinyl Peachon.
Yeah, dude. Even you did a soft vinyl Genma.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As the panda,
a Squishmallow Genma. But a soft vinyl Peachon would be like 1-to-1.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
Because you wouldn't be able to.
All right, forget I said this. I have to pitch it.
Okay. No one repeat any of this. Let's go right to the next thing. Alex, if you could sculpt a Nintendo and other iconic video game characters, it's because I'm wearing my Mario hat.
Yeah.
Okay, which two would you select? My hope. Oh, he's already giving you ideas. My hope would for you to do Samus, Metroid, and Dante from Devil May Cry. A little bit of Capcom love.
Man, I don't know. I'd like to do like a really classic Link, like the era where he has like the orange long sleeve shirt under the green
that
tunic.
Longer nose and the ears.
There's that is the I'm blanking on the artist's name, but basically the artist who designed like basically the aesthetic of Nintendo, like the design. I think it was like Super Mario 2 or something was like his first, but he kind of created the aesthetic. Like
it's the art that you would see in Nintendo Power a lot, or video game manuals at the time. I'd like to do the Mario cast, like actually like Captain N, that'd be sick, like all like that version of Mega Man and the Game Boy, like Simon Belmont. That'd be really fun to do. Oh man, if I could have you make any, I'm gonna choose one for you too. We have to choose two. I know Jada is doing a bang up job, but I think if you were to do a 1/6 scale Chun-Li in that Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 art style, what's his name? Oh God.
Akimon or
Akimon.
Yeah.
If you did that Akimon style Street Fighter Chun-Li and like Cammy and stuff.
Yeah.
Because he drew awesome. Actually, everyone was awesome. Like the way he even drew Blanca, where he's just like, and T-Hawk, they were just like big and these giant shoulders.
Yeah, I definitely at some point want to sculpt like a real Capcom constructed figure, because there's so much like model sheet and art documents of like how to do Capcom anatomy. It's all like very clearly laid out. Like I would love to just like follow that like a blueprint and just lay all the muscles in there exactly how they do it in the games. Like I think that'd be really fun.
Right. And I think just because I've seen you copy so many styles, like
that's one I definitely it's like I want to do a Capcom style at some point for sure. Like
right. So that one comes to mind. And actually, Bacon McShig kind of nails on the head too. I feel like an OG Donkey Kong.
Yeah, for sure. With that kind of like teeth thing where they sort of draw the negative space, in
Yep.
between the teeth. Like that'd be really fun.
So I think, or even if you guys did like Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah,
I think
Donkey Kong. I was just thinking that's like kind of an underutilized, like that. I
Mhm.
mean, that rare era of Nintendo games. Like,
It's funny. It's rare for us. You go to Japan and that's what's celebrated. Like you go to Donkey Kong Country at Universal Studios.
yeah,
It's that. It's
yeah,
that game.
yeah, the animatronics and stuff.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I mean, for that matter, like Star Fox. I feel like Star Fox actually would be really cool to get like the like stop motion puppets that they put on the covers, like that's what I want for Star Fox. Like
Dude.
cloth goods again, like kind of,
Hey,
sculpted real fur, like that would be sick.
why isn't that, why haven't they made a fantastic Mr. Fox Star Fox movie?
Yeah.
What has stopped
I
them
mean,
from doing that?
When I was a kid, those puppets like captured my imagination of like, oh my god, it's like these little animals in space and they look real and they've got their little
Yeah.
suits.
Oh, dude, it
They're
was great. Those
communicating
commercials
with
were great.
shit. Like, yeah.
That should be an animated series. I'm surprised Star Fox. Also, again, I feel like it's completely underrated for a video game that was so popular and so pivotal
Yeah.
at the time. Like we haven't seen more of those games, all that stuff, right? King Panther, right? Captain Falcon would rock. Absolutely. There's hang on. There's one more. Oh fuck, I just had it and I lost it. Chrono Trigger.
Oh
That
my
is
god,
another
dude.
game that needs figures.
Dude, yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
And those should be
Absolutely. I think
soft
about
vinyl
that
too.
almost every day.
Yeah,
How
same here.
badly I want Chrono Trigger figures, because there's like, and like, in that Toriyama style, or like the chibi sprites, there's like the only Chrono Trigger like figural thing are like they made these little like plastic scenes. It was like a recreation of a scene, so it was like
Right.
Luca working on Robo, and like,
Which is classic, iconic.
awesome.
Picture.
But that was like, I think when the game first came out, and like, who knows, I'm sure it's impossible to get those little figurines, and like, it's like they haven't done anything since. And like, Toriyama like couldn't be more popular. That like it's I don't know why Square is just like, no, Chrono Trigger, that doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Like,
But even though it's like one of those popular games, I still have my copy of the Super Nintendo cartridge. I still have mine.
Yeah, dude, I would love a soft vinyl Frog. Like,
Dude,
could you imagine like
all of
Frog and
them-
Robo? Like, come on.
All of them fit into soft vinyl. If you wanted to do like
big chunky, like,
because they're that, even when they're drawn out by, oh gosh, why am I blanking on his name? You just said it too.
Akira Toriyama.
Yes, rest in peace.
Yeah.
He, like, just his style alone also adapts to soft vinyl. As much as I would love fully articulated figures, I still feel like the figures themselves would still have to be like 3-inch figures. I can't picture 6-inch figures of these characters.
I want like Robo like that big,
and like this wide, and have sections that come out so you can have the steam where he's recalibrating.
Yeah.
All
the like armor pieces kind of open up.
Man, and you're right. And Frog is perfect.
Yeah.
He screams, "Make me a toy."
Yep. Yeah. They all do. Like,
they all do. It is. And there's 2 video game soundtracks. If I've had a busy day at work, like let's say I've worked, I streamed, went back to work, and need to just wind down and relax, I will just turn off all the screens and I will listen to either the first The Sims soundtrack.
Whoa, really?
Or Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
And those soundtracks, because they're piano and violin.
I have listened to every possible version of the Chrono Trigger soundtrack at this point. Like, I've listened to like city pop, jazz,
lo-fi?
Spanish, like lo-fi, lo-fi was a long time. I have listened to that soundtrack in every musical style, genre. Like,
all of it. And I will ignore what's happening in the rest of the world easily the moment the Frog's theme comes on.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. It is one of those, I would say, perfect games.
Yeah. Oh, it's one of the best games ever made,
Right?
which is why it's crazy that there's like no like remaster, there's no new merch.
There was kind of a remaster for PS2.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
really the version of it I've played the most is the OS one on iPad.
Oh, I see. I've got it for my not my Game Boy Advance. What is that? My 3DS. So I have it for that. I have it for Super Nintendo, and I have also the PlayStation version because it's got all the anime
cutscenes. Yeah, I think that's in the OS version as well.
The OS one too.
Yeah,
man. Everyone, I hope you're enjoying Chrono Trigger tonight.
Man, I didn't expect to be talking about Chrono Trigger on this Superman podcast.
Hey, I'm really happy that you know the game, because sometimes I feel like it lands in one of those spots. It can land into a lot of blind spots for people because either they played it or they didn't. And I find those who played it have never stopped thinking about it. They've been obsessed with it ever since. And I definitely fall into that category where it's you don't hear me talk about it a lot, but it's like it's definitely one of those games that I just, like you said, like I think about it all the time.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's so good. Next make Earthbound.
Yeah.
Right. This one too, Mike Nicholas, kind of oddball game. Zombies ate my neighbors. Dude, perfect. Great ads too. I remember the comic book ads for that.
Yeah, I remember the comic book ads for sure.
And Bacon McShig, lots of Dragon Quest monsters that make amazing Safubi.
For sure. I feel like I feel like there are cool looking Safubis of some of the Dragon Quest monsters.
Yeah, and King Panther, and Alex, because you sculpt the best women in the industry. Just so you know. All right. Please, we need Ivory from Soul Calibur. She is
Ivy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah, that's
although there's a really good Ivy. I think it's a figure. I don't think it's a statue. I can't remember who made it, but it's like really well done.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like when I picture you sculpting like amazing women, I picture you doing like the Lois Lanes, the Kitty Prides, maybe even like a Sailor Moon. You know what I mean? Like just like these classical women. But then all of a sudden it's like, I can't picture Alex doing like Hellfire Club Emma Frost. Like,
I would. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's it's hard. It's definitely it's a challenging thing to sculpt. But yeah, thank you very much for the kind words. About.
Well, guess what? I agree. And if you really want to challenge yourself, do Emma Frost from Rivals. And then get back to me.
All those Rivals designs. Yeah. I don't know.
Insane. I can't wait for them to start making toys of that. Hopefully they get there. Well, with that said, I think that's it. Nice little hour and a half show.
Yeah.
30 minutes of it being Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, that was great.
Any final thoughts, Alex?
No.
Just go enjoy the show. Everyone going to see Superman this week. I saw Lanterns Live saw it. They said they loved it.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm going tomorrow afternoon. When are you going?
Probably this weekend. I don't have like tickets or anything yet.
Okay, well, just text me after you see it, then we'll talk.
That
way I won't give you any preconceived notions.
Yeah, so yeah.
I won't be spoilers. Hey, without saying any spoilers. Spoiler. Yeah. I don't want to influence your thoughts going in. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go see it tomorrow. Coming up though, for me, DL44 Network, Trevor and I are going to be doing an episode on Friday night. We're going to be starting off in Malastair. Alex, if you're free and want to hang out and join us, you are more than welcome to.
Yeah, I gotta find what the heck is Malastair?
Well, you'll find out.
That's for me to find out.
Yeah,
that's for you guys to know and me to find out.
Well, we don't even know. We're just starting there. Alex picked a point. Yeah. He's like, we should start at Malastair. That's what he said the last episode. We're gonna finish off at Malastair. Bang, pop. Okay, I put a pin in it. We're going to Malastair. Fun thing about all this. Just as we started the show, StarWars.com put up a galaxy map on the website.
Yeah,
So
love it.
Win for me.
Yeah, they're watching.
They're watching. Somebody's watching. I love it, which means they're going to update it as we get new things. So it'll be really, really cool to do that. So it's pretty much Trevor and I picking a place and then falling down the Wikipedia rabbit hole about it, and then seeing what other planets it takes us to whenever we stop finishing the episode.
That's all. That takes me back to like in like elementary school or whatever. I had this like thick Star Wars encyclopedia, and this was like before like the prequels. It was before the Disney Plus, anything like that, and that was like my Star Wars knowledge all came from this big encyclopedia that I would just like thumb through every page. It was like all dog-eared, and that was like where all my Star Wars knowledge of the wider universe came from.
Right? I love stuff like that, because I had like the character guides that Del Rey came out with, all that stuff. I had so much of that, and I just soaked it all in. And here I am. I single, don't own a house. So here we are.
We don't even have a moisture farm
to
our names.
I don't even have 2 droids to call my own.
I'm not as successful as Owen Lars.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
What happened? But yeah, it's see, Alice. Yeah, I thought I saw Alice Troy post this on her Instagram. I have that encyclopedia. I just finished rebuilding my essential guide collection by Del Rey. Solid books. They are solid books. They're great. And those things, they got me through so much. It was because again, we didn't have what we have now, which was the internet, and we had to soak it up. So yeah, expect that on DL44 on Friday. Might stream again there on Saturday just to talk regular Star Wars stuff. For those who don't know, how do you don't know? I don't know how you wouldn't know this by now. The ads are everywhere. Coca-Cola is doing Star Wars themed bottles and cans.
I didn't know that.
What? Again? You didn't see the ad? Oh, no. Dude. Coca-Cola made one of the greatest.
2001 again? Or
dude, the advertisement they made for it with everybody in the theater and they're all watching Star Wars, everybody's dressed up. It's so good. And it's so funny because my buddy Paul was just like, hey, he's like, it's so good. It's so much fun. Oh my God, I just want to be there. And I was like, you want to be there? That's what Celebration is. That's what it feels like. That's what it's like to be at Celebration. Everyone's just there because they love it. And it's amazing. So the can designs are great. I'm still trying to find Padme, Rey, and Leia, and Kylo Ren. Still trying to find
going
those
back in time.
Yeah, I got Boba Fett. I got Andor.
You gotta have the little bottle caps with the figurine on them, though.
Dude, if they did that,
bring that back.
Hey, you know what? I think they're smart enough not to do that. I think if they did that, it would be a freaking bloodbath at the grocery stores.
If Lucas was still in charge, we'd have them.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if I take a look at how people act about Happy Meal toys and Pokemon
those little McDonald's.
Dude. Cards. So those aren't available up in Canada, which totally sucks. Because I just want the little McDonald's restaurant. Like that's the one I want.
Yeah.
I'd like to have the restaurant, the sign, and the drive-through, like just to make a little outdoor thing. The little bucket's cute, but I'd rather have like something that I can have on my desk to look like a little restaurant.
I don't know if any of my McDonald's are participating, but I'll check it out. I'll see if I can
If not, we'll order McDonald's in San Diego, because why
not? Why not? Yeah.
We'll do that. But man, I would, if they did those figures, I think if they started putting out like these figures on bottles, I think collectors would go bananas.
Now's the time. Yeah, we're living in the collector era.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine what would happen. Like especially if they start doing just making
super rares.
Yeah, they started doing
people fighting for Pokemon cards in the parking lot.
Fighting for R2D2s in the parking lot.
Yeah, the golden R2D2.
Oh my God! Because imagine if they did
colors,
golden R2.
Yeah, golden R2.
Dude, maybe we should work for Coke and Lucasfilm. I think we should work for Lucasfilm, not Coke.
Yeah.
And we should have made that happen. I think that would have been super fun.
They need us.
Need to do it. Okay. With that said, have a great night, everyone. I'll see you on DL44. I'll see you here next week, and I'll see you on Toy Anxiety. If Craig is still on, go jump on and go watch Craig.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
And if he's not on, go watch their replay, please, because that book is very, very special.
So good.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Good night, Gotham.